Hello, Ashley. I'm Dr. Gonzalez. I heard you have questions for me.
I'm doubting about keeping my child.
So you're planning on having an abortion?
That is my main option.
Well, I don't believe it should be your main option because abortion is committing homicide and it should just be abolished in generally. Do you know how the fetus is growing and stuff?
No.
Well, during the first trimester, you could have an abortion. And during the first trimester, so first through 12 weeks of your baby being grown. And I'm going to tell you what's going on during those 12 weeks. During the third week, the eyes and spinal cord are developing, and the brain is developing into two lobes. During the fourth week, the heart is beating, and the circulatory system is in place. The portion of the brain associated with the consciousness and internal organs such as the lungs are being to develop and can be identified. The seventh week. Muscles and nerves are beginning to start working together. When the upper lip is tickled, the arm moves backwards. The portion of the brain associated with the conscience has divided into hemispheres. 9 weeks. More than 90% of the body structures found in a full-grown human are present. 10 weeks. All the parts of the brain and spinal cord are formed. The heart pumps blood to every portion of the body. The whole body is sensitive to the touch, except for the head. The preborn human could make facial expressions. Now, it doesn't seem like you're killing a human because it sure doesn't sound like it.
And what are your different types of abortions?
The types of abortion are very brutal. There's one method of abortion called the suction aspiration. In this method, the cervical muscle ring must be paralyzed and stretched open. The abortionist then inserts a hollow plastic tube with a plastic-like edge into the uterus. The section tears the baby's body into pieces. Then the placenta is cut from the uterine wall and everything is sucked into a bottle. So practically, they just vacuum up the dead fetus. And there's also a similar method called the dilation and curettage. This is similar to suction procedure except a curettage, a long-shaped steel knife is inserted in the uterus, and then it scratches the sides of the uterus, and which cuts the placenta and the fetus. But this type of abortion, heavy bleeding is involved during this. And there's also another method called the UR 486 method. It's a pill that you take, which this pill eliminates the vital hormone called progesterone. Without progesterone, the uterine lining does not provide food, liquid, and oxygen to the fetus, which means that you're basically suffocating and starving the fetus to death. That's a method of abortion you could use.
And what are your side effects of abortion?
Well, your common side effects are nausea, vomiting, bleeding, and spotting. But there are other serious side effects that you can encounter, such as heavily bleeding, infection to the uterus, damage to other organs, and you may not be also able to be able to produce another baby. And also, the worst side effect out there, death. Any more questions you have about abortion?
No, that's it.
Are you still planning to keep your baby after all this, what we talked about?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it.
That's the right choice, because honestly, you shouldn't just kill an innocent child. There's other ways. If you don't want your child, there's other ways you could solve it, such as putting your baby up for adoption, which a loving family could take care of it, since if you don't want your child. But I think the best choice is for you to take care of the child. That's just me. Well, nice meeting you. Hope You and your baby are happy.
Love you.
I like it.